Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Monday Night Raw. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic, of course, behind the commentary table, and we are live and sold out right here in Kansas City for a night of intense action. And we're kicking it off, ladies and gentlemen, with none other than Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, the former WWE Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's got his eyes set on perhaps winning this first matchup of the evening. It's going to be Nakamura's stiff strikes and strong stylings versus the agility and speed of Sin Cara. Will Shinsuke Nakamura be able to somehow defeat the former Lucha Dragons member, or will Sin Cara, in his new reinvention, his new personality since leaving Kalisto high and dry, somehow gain a victory against that man, the king of strong style himself, Shinsuke Nakamura? And he is set for action here. Okay, Shinsuke Nakamura, he knows that this could be a make or break situation for his career. Okay, he has been in so many high-profile matches over the past few years. WWE Championship matches, Universal Championship matches. But in the end, Shinsuke Nakamura right now, he seems to find himself a bit on the back burner in comparison to when he was one of the top superstars on Monday Night Raw. Perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, a win over that man, one of the newest, more interesting superstars here on Monday Night Raw, Sin Cara, who has as you can just see by his outfit, comparing it to a few months ago, has completely reinvented himself, has completely forced himself to be taken notice by everybody, not just in the back, but in the crowd here tonight. It's going to be Sin Cara, it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura, it's going to be a fight, and I can't wait to see what happens in the middle of that ring. And speaking of in the middle of that ring, let me tell you about what's going to be happening later on tonight. Okay, we're going to be watching as Samoa Joe takes on Rey Mysterio. We're going to be watching as Carmella goes toe-to-toe with Toni Storm. And our main event is going to be a 6-man tag team brawl between the Undisputed Era and the Club. More on that later, however, as here we go. Both men kicking it off with a collar and elbow tie-up. Shinsuke Nakamura in the black and red. Sin Cara, the black, white, and hint of gray. As Nakamura, oh, there you see Nakamura, that trademark Shinsuke Nakamura style, okay, oozing charisma, oozing just raw talent. As Shinsuke Nakamura gets thrown off the ropes, Sin Cara ducks underneath, catching him there into a picture-perfect dropkick. Goes for the cover now. No, not even a 1 count there on Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, Sin Cara, a very unique competitor. So is Shinsuke Nakamura. When Sin Cara debuted here in the WWE, a lot of people thought that Sin Cara could have been the next Rey Mysterio. However, right now, Sin Cara is looking to, stand on his own 2 feet here. However, he gets taken down by a vicious clothesline. And there you see Shinsuke Nakamura immediately into the kicks, into the stomps. And then into that beautiful knee right to the chin. However, only a 1 count following it. Shinsuke Nakamura now seems to be waiting, has him lined up for something, but Sin Cara gets out of that, hits him there with the elbows before hitting him with a back suplex, dropping him on the back of his neck. Oh, but Sin Cara, however, gets up. Oh, God. And then gets taken down by Shinsuke Nakamura, getting up to his feet and then hitting him there with those vicious forearm strikes. That's now, oh, wait a second. Sin Cara. Look at that, just, oh, God, and there you see this new personality by Sin Cara before the running knees there, the absolutely vicious, that, oh, come on, really, just stomping on the gut of Shinsuke Nakamura, as Sin Cara now perhaps, oh, God, high risk, high reward there, perhaps goes for the cover off of a devastating moonsault, 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count there. Shinsuke Nakamura down on the ground, getting stomped on the stomach, just being walked over by Sin Cara, who's perhaps playing a bit of mind games with that attempt that's now, oh God, connecting there with the German suplex, and Shinsuke Nakamura looks to be rocked here as Sin Cara flies to the outside. Sure, even though I may not be the biggest fan of Sin Cara's recent actions, I will say this, Sin Cara is absolutely on a roll with these high-flying antics, as now it seems as though Shinsuke Nakamura gets sent into the air before crashing down face first into the barricade. Oh, and there you see Sin Cara taunting the crowd a bit before running back inside the ring. Goes for the cover, however. Would that have given Nakamura the appropriate time to heal too? No, and only a 2 count, and it just barely is a 2 count as Shinsuke Nakamura somehow gets the shoulder up. However, now it's Sin Cara who gets Shinsuke Nakamura over the top rope. Oh! But there you see Nakamura, one of his famous vicious forearm strikes. He climbs to the top turnbuckle. Oh my god, but he goes crashing down. Sin Cara. The quickness on display there, immediately realizing the danger in the situation, running in and then just throwing Nakamura down to the ground. And I'll say this, Nakamura, he hasn't been looking too good in this matchup. Sin Cara has been on a roll. He needs to keep it up, okay? He needs to keep it up here tonight. However, Nakamura turns him around, perhaps going for that back suplex. And oh, there you see Nakamura turning around, realizing that Sin Cara landed on his feet before taking him down. Taking him down to that suplex stunner. 1, 2, 3. No, and only a 2 count. Nakamura turning around, realizing Sin Cara landed on his feet following that back suplex attempt. And then Nakamura almost just lost that one there. Okay, Sin Cara hitting him with that suplex stunner, but of course the heart and determination by Shinsuke Nakamura is practically unmatched. He is a very difficult man to beat, and I believe Sin Cara now realizes that as Shinsuke grabs the foot of Nakamura before hitting him with a boot right to the gut and then a knee to the face of Sin Cara there. He goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there on Sin Cara. Shinsuke Nakamura making a bit of a comeback here. Let's see if he can continue it as Sin Cara gets up immediately, goes for a drop kick. Oh, but instead he gets caught and taken down with the splash by Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style, again with the kick, however, right to the back as though it was nothing, but it probably means everything for Sin Cara, because of course Nakamura's kick's absolutely devastating, as now he's perhaps setting him up for a running kick. However, no, instead Sin Cara reverses, but then Sin Cara goes for a kick of his own. Shinsuke Nakamura turns him around, seems to have something in mind, going after the back of Sin Cara here. Oh, but he gets a kick right to the back of the leg. And then, oh god, here we go with that inverted back suplex there, connecting there. The inverted suplex, taking him down, stomach first, face first. Nakamura, you just love to see it, as right now, perhaps Sin Cara could be looking at some stars right now. No, instead, he moves out of the way, picks him up and takes him down. And Sin Cara now, perhaps this could be his moment here. Oh, but there you see the cockiness. There you see Sin Cara's new personality, reinventing himself, a bit more cocky. His ego perhaps inflated since leaving the Lucha Dragons as he runs up to the top turnbuckle. However, that was perhaps a very big mistake by Sin Cara. Okay, taking that moment to taunt the crowd, to bask in his own glory, not to mention anybody from NXT necessarily. However, oh my god, you could probably hear that all the way in Orlando, with that suplex taking him down off the top turnbuckle, as Nakamura setting him up, perhaps with a Kinshasa connecting. 1, 2, 3, and this one's over. Shinsuke Nakamura with a brutal Kinshasa, and truthfully, I will say this, I believe that it was Sin Cara's own ego that cost him that victory, because he was riding high going into the final moments of that matchup. However, he decided just to taunt the crowd. He decided to feel his own ego coursing through his veins, okay, to have a moment for himself. However, in the end, that moment was the moment that Sin Cara lost this matchup, because Nakamura took advantage immediately, taking him down off the top turnbuckle before rearing back, hitting it with a Kinshasa, as you can see in the replays. And then it was all said and done. There you see him, the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, leaves here tonight with the victory to kick off this episode of Monday Night Raw. However, as I just mentioned, that was only the first matchup. We still got a lot to get through here. Okay, Charlotte, for instance, will be here tonight. She is looking to explain her actions and explain her attack on Dakota Kai a few weeks ago. What will Charlotte have to say? She's the newest member of the Raw Women's Division. Only one way to find out. Stick with us, and we're going to be hearing from her later tonight. But that's not all, because later on tonight we also have a battle in this seemingly never-ending war between the Club and the Undisputed Era 6-man tag team main event. We've got Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era teaming up to take on Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles of the Club. However, now it's time to turn our attention to the man who sent shockwaves throughout Monday Night Raw and its entire roster, and honestly, it sent a lot of anger coursing through the veins of both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, because last week in our main event of the evening, it was a United States Championship #1 contenders match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. And to conclude that matchup, okay, we didn't even get a definitive ending because that man, Samoa Joe, walked out here and attacked both men unprompted. We're not entirely sure why. However, Samoa Joe, there you see, he's coming out here tonight and he looks like he's got something to prove. However, Samoa Joe should not take this matchup lightly. Sure, he might have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins on the brain for some reason, but right now, Samoa Joe, he's got to be focusing on this living legend that he's going one-on-one against. Okay, it's the incredible size, power, and oddly enough, speed of Samoa Joe to take on the even more agile, the even more quick, the technical legend, Rey Mysterio. As there you see him, Rey Mysterio, former United States champion in his own right, losing it to Tommaso Ciampa, then promptly gaining it back, but then promptly losing the championship against Tommaso Ciampa a few months ago. And right now, Rey Mysterio, he's got his eyes set on Samoa Joe because he is prepared for a fight against the Samoan submission machine. And there we go, the bell rings. It's Rey Mysterio and it's Samoa Joe. And here we go, Samoa Joe immediately taking down Mysterio. And oh god, he's not done with those kicks right to the face. And oh god, no. Oh my god, crushing him there right out of the gate. Samoa Joe showing off his striking advantage, his speed, his raw size. And then oh my god, and then right into the power game. Taking down Rey Mysterio. Okay, Samoa Joe, he seems to have some sort of a chip on his shoulder as Mysterio gets dropped on his back and shoulder blades with that horrific power bomb right to the ground. Oh my god, Samoa Joe, he's gone complete savage here tonight. As now with the punch right to the face of Mysterio, throws him across the ring. Seems to have him now, capturing him in that snap suplex. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. As Samoa Joe goes for a stomp, Rey Mysterio, however, gets a punch right to the face, then gets taken down there by the unmatched speed for a man of his size and his stature. Samoa Joe just rolling onto the ground, quick as a cat here tonight. However, right now, Rey Mysterio perhaps even quicker than that. As there you see the strike connecting, and another one, and Mysterio, he's got something in mind, bounces off the ropes. Oh my god, but instead Samoa Joe just catches him there. You know, guys, he's not done it again. Absolutely brutal. Squashing Mysterio down, and Mysterio, goes for a kick, goes for a drop kick, and there you see Samoa Joe, he just jumps over it, and then immediately into those very, rapid and quick punches by Joe. And then a punch to the face, turns him around, countering him in a German suplex position. And oh God, he's not done. Oh God. Well, we've seen this before, the trifecta of, oh, belly to back suplexes. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. I really hate to say it, but Rey Mysterio, he's barely gotten any offense here in this matchup. Okay, Mysterio, he's a living legend, but I don't think he was really prepared. I don't think he really expected this kind of ferocity, this kind of anger, this kind of fury by Samoa Joe here tonight, as Joe turns around, picks up Mysterio. Mysterio now, he is caught on the shoulders before being sent to the barricade. And Samoa Joe in the black and blue trunks making Rey Mysterio black and blue here tonight. Honestly, Samoa Joe, he's not giving Mysterio any sort of a break. Perhaps this is a message. I don't know to who. Perhaps Seth, perhaps Roman. I really don't know anymore. All I know is that Samoa Joe, this incredible... Oh my God, no, wait. Wait a second. Oh my God! Muscle Buster connecting in the cover. 1, 2, 3. Samoa Joe with this incredibly scary amount of offense here tonight against Rey Mysterio, just absolutely destroying him. By the way, though, Samoa Joe, I mean, Mysterio, he maybe gotten, what, 1, 2 good punches? If that? But Samoa Joe, throughout that entire fight, just decided to absolutely conquer and manhandle the living legend himself. Well, Samoa Joe keeping it short and sweet. There you see him. He wants a shot at Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, apparently last week he decided to attack both Seth and Roman to perhaps put his name into the hat. Samoa Joe, next week, he wants a shot at the United States Championship. And after that performance, I don't know why I wouldn't give it to him if I was King Booker. However, right now, Samoa Joe celebrates the victory. Let's turn our attention to Charlotte. As now there you see Carmella making her way to the ring. Charlotte Flair putting the entire Raw Women's division on notice, saying that she is going to stop at nothing until the spotlight is on her. Well, right now the spotlight is going to be on that woman, Carmella, and her opponent tonight, Toni Storm, the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship after defeating Shayna Baszler at Survivor Series. Toni Storm, she's looking to make an example out of Carmella, but Carmella looking to make the same kind of example out of Toni Storm, who will be left here tonight with a loss. Only one way to find out is there you see Toni Storm. Okay, making waves ever since joining Monday Night Raw. Okay, sure, she had a bit of a rocky start, losing to Becky Lynch at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, losing her NXT Women's Championship before immediately being called up to the main roster. However, Toni Storm decided, you know what? No, instead, I want to go back down to NXT. I want to fight Becky Lynch. And she wanted to gain back her championship. Well, in the end, as you can see by the lack of a championship around her waist, Toni Storm was unsuccessful in her second outing against Becky Lynch. However, ever since then, she has decided to do a bit of a rebrand, a bit of a reinvention, if you will. Okay, Toni Storm, she's, ever since losing that second match against Becky Lynch, she has been riding a bit of momentum, a wave of momentum, a seemingly never-ending wave of momentum, as right now, oh, wait a second, she goes for one of those vicious headbutts, and instead, Carmella captures her here into a pinfall attempt. 1, 2, 3, no, and oh god, almost just getting a very quick roll-up attempt on Toni Storm, almost getting a pinfall victory. However, right now, Toni Storm, okay, she gets up and she's trying to fight back, turns it, oh, into a Northern Lights. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count of her own right. Okay, hitting her with the Northern Lights. Carmella looking up at the lights. However, she's still conscious, she's still awake, and she is still fighting as Toni Storm brings some fight of her own with the knees right to the pit of the stomach of Carmella. As Carmella, wait a second, goes for a running kick. But Toni Storm, right there, you see a slap to the face followed by another one, an open palm strike. And here we go, these two women back and forth now in the opening moments of this contest. And Toni Storm takes her down there. Storm, of course, in the black, red, and a bit of white. Carmella in the orange. And I would call that a deep shade of purple. As Carmella goes back into the ring. Oh! And she gets immediately met with some kicks there. And here we go. Toni Storm with an array of melee strikes. However, there you see Carmella goes for a kick of her own before being sent into the corner. However, now here we go back and forth with these kicks, with these strikes. Oh, and then a hip attack there, and then another one for good measure. And it seems as though Toni Storm having some fun at Carmella's expense here tonight. Okay, putting on a bit of a show for the boys in the crowd here tonight, and perhaps some of the ladies as well. However, right now, Carmella, she ain't feeling too good. However, perhaps she's about to feel really good if she continues this pressure right now with these punches, with these strikes against Toni. But Toni Storm now pushes her off and then takes down Carmella there, the knee right to the back of the neck. And Toni Storm feeling the crowd here tonight, perhaps using this as a message to the Raw Women's Champion, Nia Jax. However, right now, Toni Storm kicks her in the stomach. And here we go. Connecting there. And the cover. 1, 2, 3. And it's over. Toni Storm. Sure, it was a bit of a back and forth matchup, but making quick work nonetheless of Carmella. Okay, Toni Storm last week going to attack Nia Jax before immediately being taken down. However, right now, it's Toni Storm who's feeling real good about that win. Well, as you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though Nia Jax has decided to stay home until Super Showdown in a few weeks, because Toni Storm is, quote, too dangerous to be in the same building with. Okay then, well, I mean, Nia Jax, I wouldn't particularly call her fragile, but there you go. Either way, next week, the Raw Women's Division will be put in the spotlight as Charlotte will be making her Raw in-ring return since being traded over from SmackDown against Dakota Kai, the woman she attacked. And also, next week, Samoa Joe will be getting his wish. However, it's gonna be with a bit of a twist, you could say, as Samoa Joe, sure, he's gonna be challenging Tommaso Ciampa for the United States title. However, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will be joining him in what is sure to be a blockbuster fatal four-way matchup. However, now it's time for a different kind of multi-man matchup. Now it's time for a six-man tag team battle. It's the main event of the evening. As Roderick Strong, there you see him, dead center in between the current Raw Tag Team Champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. It's a six-man tag team main event, and it's set to be a battle between these two teams that seemingly have a never-ending war with one another ever since Adam Cole won the King of the Ring tournament and proclaimed that he was going after the leader of the club, Finn Balor, going after his Universal Championship. Well, the Undisputed Era and the club have just been going back and forth. Okay, fighting in the crowd, fighting in the ring, fighting backstage, fighting catering, you name it. It seems as though these two factions have battled within the confines of it. However, right now, the Undisputed Era are set to go to battle once again. And this time, it's in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Six-man tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish taking on those three men, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles. Now it seems as though the respective leaders of each faction, that being, of course, the Universal Champion Finn Balor and the challenger for the Universal Championship, not just at Survivor Series where he ultimately came up short, but also at Super Showdown, Adam Cole, the King of the Ring himself, apparently, just apparently, deciding not to come out here, deciding to let the other respective members of each faction duke it out within the confines of the squared circle in a six-man tag team fight. Okay, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, however, also have a date at Super Showdown against Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, another Survivor Series rematch for the Raw Tag Team titles. I can't wait to see what happens between those two faction v faction matches. However, of course, AJ Styles and Roderick Strong, neither man in a match at that illustrious pay-per-view. However, they are in this six-man tag team main event. AJ Styles, Bobby Fish kicking off this six-man tag team battle. Let's go. The club collectively in black and white gear. AJ Styles, of course, deciding to, clash with a bit of blue on his, as the Undisputed Era collectively in gray, yellow, white, and black attires, as right now, there you see AJ Styles, this absolute technical wizard. AJ Styles taking it to Bobby Fish. In my opinion, AJ Styles, one of the best superstars to ever lace up a pair of boots. As right now, seems as though he almost got a boot from Bobby Fish. However, Fish now with the forearm strikes. Here we go on the phenomenal one as AJ sends him to the outside, dumping him over the top rope there before. There you see a cheap shot, of course, to Roderick Strong. However, Kyle O'Reilly striking back with a forearm, and there you just saw Bobby Fish taking down AJ Styles, with the guillotine, and now The Undisputed Era seem to be on a bit of a roll here. As, oh god, well there you see the two men who don't have a match at Super Showdown. Roderick Strong and AJ Styles in the middle of the ring, sharing the squared circle as Roderick goes for a running kick. However, AJ Styles counters, turns it into a DDT. They're lifting him up, taking him down in the cover now. One. No, and only a 1 count there on Roderick. These two men perhaps overlooked here on Monday Night Raw. However, you shouldn't overlook these two. Okay, they have both an incredible amount of strength and amount of speed that is practically unmatched. Okay, the technical ability alone. However, right now we want to talk about technical and you want to talk about strong strikes. Look no further than Kyle O'Reilly. As AJ Styles rolls towards his corner there, immediately running towards Gallows and Anderson to try to escape any sort of offense by Kyle O'Reilly. Is now the big man Luke Gallows. Oh, there you see talking smack. Okay, I don't know how you can take down Luke Gallows, but there you see Kyle O'Reilly does just that there with the impressive array of strikes, and now he's not done trying to cave the damn chest in here tonight of Gallows with the boots right to the chest. Over and over again with those kicks, as now Gallows, he is looking a bit rocked here, or perhaps not. Oh my god, and there you see, okay, of course, Kyle O'Reilly with a lot of MMA MMA training, okay, with those Muay Thai strikes and kicks. However, in the end, Gallows saying, you know what, I may not have that MMA training, but what I do have perhaps is even more dangerous. It's that raw power, it's that strength, as now, there you see, he has Kyle O'Reilly in the corner, isolating him from the Undisputed Era. AJ Styles tags back in him, there you see, with the boot right to the side of the head. Oh, and then a kick for good measure. Okay, oh god, there you see the disrespect with the two sweets, the universal sign of the club. As AJ Styles stares down Strong and Fish. Well, once again, Kyle O'Reilly is back to being isolated. Makes the tag to Carl Anderson now. And then, oh, there you see the kicks, okay, right to the chest and then right to the upper back of Kyle O'Reilly. However, Carl Anderson, here we go, suplex position here, but Kyle O'Reilly strikes back. And now, here we go, Kyle with the open palm strikes. However, he gets a strike right to the stomach there. Oh, and then a kick for good measure by Kyle O'Reilly. And here we go, Carl Anderson stuck in the corner now of the Undisputed Era. Now it's Carl Anderson who seems to be getting isolated here. Kyle makes the tag out to Bobby Fish, bouncing him off the ropes. Oh, and then a duo of kicks there. Oh, and then a third one for good measure, this time to the lower back. And then another one by Bobby. As now, oh wait a second, Carl Anderson goes for a running kick of his own. However, Bobby Fish goes for some sort of an attack, but he gets taken down right to the mat. As now, Fish gets up, however, goes for a punch. Oh, wait a second, goes for the sleeping with the Fish's spinning heel kick. But instead, he gets taken down and gets caught. And now Carl Anderson looking to take advantage. Kicks him in the gut, bounces off the ropes, and there you see the running boot right to the face. As Anderson now makes the tag out, and there you see, oh come on, obviously the biggest man in this matchup on either team, Luke Gallows, gets tagged in. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Bobby Fish, the first legal man on the Undisputed Era side in this matchup. He ain't looking so hot against Luke Gallows, as AJ Styles, the man who started this matchup for the club, is just watching as Gallows sends him into the air, once again showing off that incredible power. As Gallows waits for Fish to get up here. One half of the Raw Tag Team Champions is Bobby Fish. The other half in the corner, Kyle O'Reilly. As now, wait a second, Luke Gallows has him. Choke slam position. Oh, and it connects. And the power there by Gallows once again on display. Grabbing him by the throat. Slamming him into the mat. As now, here we go, Bobby Fish. He ain't done just yet going after him, but Fish gets set into the corner now. And now, here we go. Anderson gets tagged in, and there you see, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the resident tag team duo of the club. And oh, look at that. Carl Anderson shaking his finger saying, "Nah, Bobby Fish ain't going to be tagging either of you men, Roderick Strong or Kyle O'Reilly, who have their arms stretched trying to reach out to Bobby Fish to make a tag." As Carl Anderson now, it's a kick right to the back of the knee. Kyle O'Reilly and Strong watching as there you see Bobby Fish spinning heel kick right to the jaw, and he makes the tag to Roderick Strong, and here we go like a house of fire. Roderick Strong back in the matchup with a punch right to the face of AJ. Goes for the cover after the sleeping with the Fishes here. No! But it seems as though Carl Anderson is still alive and kicking as Roderick Strong now, what the hell, slides under, and there you see, grabbing him here into a bit of a submission hold. Roderick Strong has him. But AJ Styles saves Carl Anderson there, following the attempted Boston Crab. As a punch right to the face once again of AJ Styles, taking him down. And now there you see Roderick Strong going after everybody like a one-man wrecking crew with the backstabber there right to the lower spine. Carl Anderson looks to take advantage, going after Strong. However, Strong is still in this with the strikes now. The open palm strikes, the punches, the forearms. However, this time with a kick right to the gut. As now, wait a second. Speaking of attacks right to the gut of Carl Anderson, the knees collide with the pit of the stomach of Carl Anderson here. As Anderson, I can get sent into the corner. Oh my god, but Roderick Strong goes for a running knee, and that might have been a major miscalculation on the part of Roderick Strong as he gets taken down. And there you see AJ Styles immediately taking down Bobby Fish. And now, oh god, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for the Undisputed Era as Gallows and AJ Styles. Hold on, 1, 2 off the Anderson cutter there. Slow to get into the pinfall attempt was Carl Anderson. However, in the end, Roderick Strong realizes that could be potentially the downfall of the Undisputed Era if he did not kick out, if he did not get the shoulder up. But right now, it seems as though these two factions, these two stables are going to all-out war here tonight. In this main event on the outside, all hell is broken loose as Carl Anderson goes after Roderick. Roderick sends him into the corner now as Gallows and Kyle still fighting in the crowd right now over the barricade those two men went through. And wait a second, Roderick Strong here. Oh my god, right to the lower back there, dropping him on the top turnbuckle. And Roderick Strong, he ain't done with. There you see Roderick Strong, feet first, right into the face. Wait a second, he's not done, however. Oh god, now these two men brawling in the crowd. Oh my god, and then the Regal Plex right on the concrete. But now the two men who are, wait a second, the two legal men in this matchup still fighting. The end of Heartache. 1, 2, 3, and the Undisputed Era, after such a battle, such a war, conclude this matchup as the winners. Okay, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and AJ Styles unable to successfully defeat the trio of Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly in this outing. Okay, however, ladies and gentlemen, it was not easy for them. It was not easy for them in the 6-man war of a main event. Okay, both teams just battling all over the arena. Here you can see Kyle O'Reilly in the crowd, dropping him on the back of his skull on the concrete. And then, of course, it was all said and done for Carl Anderson following the end of Heartache. There you see him, Kyle O'Reilly apparently deciding to put on a shirt. Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish celebrating the victory here tonight as we close out this edition of Monday Night Raw.